She cried and said she and the child are ruined if I don't step up and help them, and went on how we can have a successful relationship together. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the next craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I can hear a story titled, Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay delivery and maternity expenses for the child? And a shout out to Alex for sending this story. And guys, this story is about a guy who handles things like a boss every step of the way. This guy was with his girl for like 4 years. He's 28 years old, was thinking about marrying her, and lo and behold, finds out that she's cheating on him. And instead of handling things not like a boss, he kicks her to the curb, tells her to, pound sand. Well, no surprise, it ain't over. Guess what? She's pregnant and says it's his. Well, this guy's like, nope, not my kid. 9 months from now, we'll do a test. If it's my kid, okay, I'll take responsibility and I'll pay for it. Well, guess what? Down the road, 9 months down the road, it doesn't work out well for her. And you'll see more as I get into this. And I'll be going to go over here, guys, making the point that if you were in a relationship and you find out your girl's cheating, end it. She ain't someone that you can rely upon anymore. She's going to do it again. And if she pulls the I'm pregnant story and says, oh, by the way, it's your baby, okay, fine. If it is your baby, and it's proven through a test, because you need to insist on a test when you can take a test, then you're responsible for the kid if it is indeed your child. But if it's not your child, no, not at all. And don't fall for any pressure or shaming that she may do, so-called friends or family may put you through and all that. And if she tries to drag your name through the mud, lawyer up. I can't stress that enough. So it starts off, says here, about 11 months ago, I, a 28-year-old male, found out that my girl, a 24-year-old female, was cheating on me. We've been together for 4 years and lived together for almost 2. It's such a shame that so many stories are like this. Well, I thought we had a great relationship. We got along very well, regular weekly dates, traveled a lot together, and had tons of plans for our future together. We'd even talked about me proposing as soon as she got her finances in order. Finances in order? That doesn't sound like marriage material to me. Let me guess, more like they're living together, he'll pay for everything, and she'll pay off her Capital One card, and then her finances are together because of him. Nope, no thanks. Well, I found out she was sleeping with a guy who's a friend with a best friend's boyfriend. I told her to kick rocks and that I never want to see her again. Good for him. Most guys can't do that. Well, she went on and moved in with that best friend and her boyfriend. During that time, she never told her family that we had broken up and no longer lived together. Yeah, probably because they would tell her she's a freaking moron. Well, I hope he controlled the narrative. A few weeks later, after she moved out, she reached out to me and told me that she was pregnant and that she is certain that it's mine because the time she cheated, they used condoms. Newsflash, it seems like a lot of the cheating stories, the girls coincidentally don't use condoms. They want their Chad's love juice intimate and all over him. No, not buying it. For context, my pop passed when I was a child, and I have very little memories of him, and as a result, my family struggles, and it affected me for the long term. I told her, when the kid is born and is confirmed as mine, I'll take care of everything. Until then, leave me alone. Nice. Exactly. Most guys, when they'd hear this, would immediately jump to it and go on the white knight path and just assume it's their kid and start shelling out money. Nope, not this guy. A few weeks later, we met, and she swore off everything that she swore on everything that the baby is mine, and said I should help cover maternity and pregnancy stuff. Nope. I don't care that we were together 4 years. You cheat on me, have him help. Have your family help. I'm not paying for shit, honey. I told her to keep all the receipts of everything you spend on the pregnancy, maternity stuff, etc. And after the child is born, if it is mine, I'll cut you a check to cover all expenses. If it's not, then we'll part ways, and she agreed. Yeah, in her mind, she's like, okay, a-hole, keep receipts, huh? She then proceeded to get a midwife and a doula for herself, both pretty expensive, and she decided on a home birth. So in other words, she's pretty much having the most expensive thing possible and wants to try to put on this guy. Well, 9 months later comes by, and the baby comes early, and there were complications. She was rushed to the hospital for emergency C-section, and the baby was kept in those wards where they kept a newborn who can't survive alone. The day of the birth, I went to see her, and a nurse took me to see the baby. 2 weeks ago, she sent me the receipts for everything, and it's a total of, wait for it, $40,000. And she asked for the money to pay the doula and the midwife. I told, let's wait for the DNA results. Hang on, $40,000? I hope this guy, she gave him every single receipt for this. And they aren't just, very vague receipts. Because something tells me $40,000, I'm sure there's a few Prada purchases in there. Maybe a fucking car. 40 grand? Well, it turns out I'm not the father. Big freaking surprise. I told him sorry, but she's on her own. Hey, darn well, I believe that this guy, if the paternity test was accurate, he would have been like, okay, you're an a-hole, but we'll raise this kid. Or at least I'll do my part. She cried and cried, of course, and said she and the child are ruined if I don't step up and help them, and went on how we can have a successful relationship together and raise the kid, and how she's matured and will be a good partner. Here's a question. What about the baby daddy? What about that guy that you threw our 4-year relationship with, our future together for? Give him a call. Oh, you don't know who it is. Or, oh, he doesn't have a job. Or, oh, he's in prison. I'm speculating, guys, but it's usually how Chad and Tyrone roll. I told her I have zero interest raising someone else's child and to call the real father. Thank you. Or at least go to her family. Well, the guy is broke and is a cashier at the local store. It never ceases to amaze me how these women will throw away these great relationships and these great guys for these total fucking losers. But the reality is, they're bored, they want to fling, and they know these losers is not going to go anywhere. And they are convinced that these guys that they're with will take them back. This guy completely blew her away in the sense that she never expected him to dump her or that he would raise the kid. Now, everyone in her family is trying to convince me to at least pay off the $40,000 before going our ways. What? I said no. Am I the a-hole for refusing to step up here? No, you're not the a-hole. You're rare because most guys would be candy asses that would cave. No, 40 grand? Do you just have money growing on trees in your backyard here? For the vast majority of people out there, $40,000 is a lot of freaking money. Goodness sake, you buy a freaking car with that. And again, I still am questioning the receipts of what she spent money on, for goodness sake. No, you're not the a-hole. They're a bunch of a-holes. She's an a-hole. Why aren't the family going after that guy? Now, an update. He said, I had a lawyer up. She's still pushing the deadbeat dad narrative and painting me as the bad guy. Now she's trying to drag his name through the mud. Now we got some defamation issues. Second update. This is over a period of time, guys, by the way. He says, hey, guys. He says, having to get a lawyer, I blocked her on everything in our circle. I shared with the family and friends the DNA results, and they were all baffled by her brazenness. Some of them had a good laugh, especially my mom, who never liked her very much. This is why you control the narrative. My lawyer told her that she need to fix what she's done and clear my name, or we'd sue her for almost all the other things. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but it doesn't sound like she has anything to her name. What are you going to sue her for? Fucking maybe her Prada and Gucci shit that she bought in that $40,000 thing. They can auction that off or something. Well, last night she made a post on Facebook telling everyone that she and I had not been together for nearly a year and that the child is not in fact mine. She made another post and tagged the guy who supposedly is the father. A little too late, honey. Well, she messaged me on WhatsApp. I hadn't blocked her there, and she apologized and said she was desperate and angry at herself for cheating and wished on everything she'd never done that, and wished I was the father, and said she hoped that maybe we can be friends. I never answered her message and don't plan to. Well, number one, good. I'm glad I didn't respond to her message because that just makes her crazy. No, she said, hope we can be friends. Yeah, I'm going to be friends with you after you cheated on me, ruined our thing. Then had the gall to say you got pregnant and said that it's mine. Maybe wait 9 fucking months, and then when the DNA test proved it wasn't mine, then you drag my name through the mud to your family, friends, everybody else, which I had to hire an attorney and pay to, no, bitch, we can't be friends. But that's the mindset out there. Now she's trying a different angle to get money out of him. Maybe he'll take her back and feel bad for fuck you. But anyhow, guys, that's how you handle things like a boss. Good for him. Now, I'm going to read some comments here. The whole comment section is full of support here. One guy says here, no, stick to your guns there. The family are absolutely delusional, expecting you to pay $40,000 for a kid that is not yours. And you know that if you do give in and pay for it, they're going to go after you for child support too. Claiming that beyond that because you paid those costs, you're claiming responsibility for the child. Block a lot of them and move on. Clearly, this guy wrote this before there was the update. Yeah, anyway, he shells out $1 towards that, and she could come after for child support. And again, because she's desperate. Next one, this guy said, not the a-hole. Puts a whole new meeting to fuck around and find out. She's finding out she's saddled with a lot of debt for fucking around. She missed out on someone who could take care of her with her own cheating ways. Think about it. If she didn't step out, she would be with this guy. He would have married her. He would have taken care of her. They would have a good life together. She ruined it. I just feel bad for this kid because this kid is not going to know who his dad is. And probably that's a good thing. She's a wreck, Another one says, not the a-hole. You let her know at the start that you were willing to pay half of everything only if the child was yours. She should have been prepared to take on the burden on the off chance that you were not the biological dad. Might be bad to say, but she made her bed now and she can lie in it. That's not bad to say. That's exactly what she did. She was spreading those legs, and look what happened. Another one. As for the people saying you should go ahead and pay the $40,000, simply ask, why should someone pay some deadbeat's dad's obligation? If you have a copy of the DNA report, show it to anyone that thinks you're a deadbeat dad, or you should pay just because she was once your girlfriend. I've covered story guys where guys have been in situations like this where it was as clear as day with the DNA results that the dude isn't the father, and still people would try to shame and browbeat these guys to paying and taking care of this kid, saying you got to step up, the kid needs a father. And typically these guys are pushover guys, and they don't do it, but believe me, they're being bullied around. And it's amazing to me the mindset out there. And usually the ones that try to push guys to raise a kid that isn't theirs in a scenario like this, usually the ones that are pushing it and doing the shaming tactics are, wait for it, women. Because they themselves want to stick together and know they're up to no good and they want guys to cave. No, never do that. So anyhow, quick story. I know it wasn't very long that I usually cover here, but that'd be pretty appropriate for this channel. But that's how you handle things. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you find a good story on Reddit or online or anywhere for that matter, that's a good one, definitely send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.